Congress has just 9 days to find a way to continue funding the federal government, and today, the number 2 Republican in the House, Majority Leader Eric Cantor, shocked the world by admitting that he has no idea how to solve the budget problem because he has no idea how a bill becomes a law.
On Friday, we will bring to the floor the the Prevention of Government Shutdown Act, and that will say to the American people, the Senate's got to act prior to the expiration of CR. If it does not act, H.R. 1 becomes the law of the land.
That's right. A Republican leader in the House of Representatives actually said a bill that passes the House can become the law of the land if the Senate does not act on it. Of course, a bill cannot become the law of the land unless passed in word-for-word identical form by the House and the Senate and then signed by the President of the United States. Those 3 things must happen, as every American child knows who has seen any version of how a bill becomes a law, animated or not. No other member of Congress in its history has ever believed that a bill can become a law with only one of those 3 things happening. Here is how the shockwaves spread through Washington after Cantor's delusional statement.
The Senate's got to act prior to the expiration of CR. If it does not act, H.R. 1 becomes the law of the land. And if there is a partial shutdown, members will not get pay. Simple as that. We're serious. We want to take care of this problem so that we can get on about the business of this nation and get Americans back to work.
Well, just coming off the last week in the district, one thing that was always interesting when people would ask the question, I said, we first have to realize why we're here.
Okay, so it wasn't exactly a shockwave that hit Washington when Eric Cantor revealed he knows nothing about the workings of Congress and the workings of the American government, which tells you what the news media and the rest of Washington and the rest of the country have come to expect of congressional Republicans. Michelle Bachmann has inured them all to utter idiocy. They are impervious to it now. A room full of Washington reporters can sit there and hear a Republican leader of Congress say the stupidest thing that's ever been said in a congressional news conference and not respond in any way. This was no slip of the tongue by Cantor. He actually believes that this can happen. He intends to have the House vote on a bill on Friday that says, quote, if the Senate fails to pass a measure before April 6th, 2011, providing for the appropriations of the departments and agencies of the government for the remainder of fiscal year 2011, H.R. 1, as passed by the House on February 19th, 2011, becomes law. And Eric Cantor, who would obviously fail a citizenship test, actually believes that if the House passes that language, a law will then be enacted without any action from the Senate and without the president's signature. The luckiest man in the United States House of Representatives now is Eric Cantor, lucky that rank stupidity is not an expellable offense. He is also lucky that the press corps has unanimously, in this era of overwhelming Tea Party idiocy, as exemplified on a daily basis by Michelle Bachmann and others, defined idiocy down to the point where Eric Cantor is still, even after today's press conference, taken seriously by the political press. Every day that Eric Cantor lets pass without an apology to his constituents, to the Congress, to the president, and to every high school student in America who knows more about government than he does, Eric Cantor stands as an unpardonable embarrassment to every adult in his congressional district who voted for him, and a stain on the intelligence of every Republican House member who voted for him for leader.